The Young and the Restless.
What about curved screens?
Wait, say that again, Roger.
The Young and the Restless? That's pretty good.
Oh,
No?
I thought it was a take on it, but it's really just the title. It still kind of works though, doesn't it?
I never watched those soap operas until I got older.
Oh man, Days of Our Lives
Well,
and
someone
All
told
My
me-
Children were my jam.
I got hooked on Melrose Place, and someone told me, it's like, I didn't know
That's
you
not
watched
a
soap opera.
soap opera.
But someone
it's a
told me it
primetime
was.
soap opera.
It's not.
that
That is a
mean?
primetime drama.
It's soap. It's kind of like a soap opera, but that's not what people mean when they say soap opera.
I
Yeah.
think a soap opera has to be defined as Monday through Friday with a lot of
Whoa. That doesn't work because Dynasty and
that's
Also
not a
not a
soap opera. That's a primetime drama.
Listen, there are two definitions of soap opera. There's the very broad one that Roger is using right now, which can apply to primetime dramas like Dynasty and Melrose Place. But there's the more specific and more common usage, which is a daytime television show. And that's what Sarah's using.
Yeah.
Wikipedia calls it American primetime television soap opera that aired on CBS from April 2nd.
Well,
1930.
that's
That's a
making
very
soap
broad-
opera a whole different thing. A soap opera is
Is an ongoing drama serial on television or radio.
it happens
featuring
between
lives-
11 and 4 p.m.
featuring the lives of many characters and their emotional relationships.
Fine. But that is Days of Our Lives, All My Children, The Young and the Restless.
World.
What's another
You
one?
forgot Guiding Light.
Guiding Light. That was a
Oh,
CBS one. No one ever watched that.
General Hospital, Another World.
General Hospital, Another World.
What was the
Ooh,
one
Another
with the
World was good.
witches? Remember, there was like a supernatural one, like in the late 90s.
No
Are you
idea.
talking about? Are you talking about Charmed?
No, not Charmed, but it was a soap opera, daytime soap opera, but it had kind of a witch supernatural element to it.
You might have been thinking about when Marlena was possessed by the demon, but that was Days of Our Lives.
Witch soap opera.
She wasn't a witch though. She was possessed. It was
Passions.
It was a dark time in Days history.
Passions, an American television soap opera that
Passion.
originally
See,
aired
Passions was sort of new. Passions was like
1999 to 2007.
it was an attempt to like grab the younger audience. Didn't really work out that well.
It lasted for
The
7
more
years.
common usage of soap opera is to mean the daytime television soap opera.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I don't know about anyone else's mother. Sorry, mom, but my mom worked, so she was never home, from 12 to 1 when All My Children was on. But through the magic of VCRs, she would record it. And then when she was done feeding me and my dad and everyone kind of like went to their rooms, then she would watch her
I need to watch
her
my stories.
stories for the day. Yep. And it was like, for a while, I was like too young. I wasn't allowed. And then finally she was like, okay, you can watch it with me.
My mom and my grandma would watch Another World together. And so during the summer, when we wouldn't have as much to do, sometimes my grandma would come over to watch like she would normally do when we were at school, but we would watch with them. And I remember getting caught up in the plot.
Oh yeah.
8 years old, and I'm just like, I'm in the room playing with toys or whatever, but I would just get sucked in, like, because they're real simplistic but super dramatic, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, over like the course of a week, like the plot line will just be like told over and over, and like dragged out. Like it's like nothing's happening real fast.
No, because
on a 5-day week.
They didn't want them to feel like they
Real
could
show.
give up. They're like, oh no,
Right.
we'll make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
you're not lost.
Right.
And then
Well, and like when someone would
away-
die, you'd be like, ooh, on Monday, they're going to like come back from the dead.
Yeah. Or our kid would go to camp. I remember Sally on Another World went away to camp and she was like 10. And when she came back from camp, like 2 weeks later, she was 17.
Right.
Like,
Or when they say like,
they just were like,
starting today, the role of Bryce Blackjack will be played by Tom Merritt. And you were like, okay,
I care. My greatest.
I'll just forget everything I knew about the old Bryce. From what I've heard, it's a pretty lucrative job.
It
was. I mean, soap operas are. They don't really exist anymore. But
soap operas, they still exist.
They do, but they've moved largely online, and many of them have shut down entirely. But just having that, I mean, the plethora of scripts that you have to memorize. Don't even worry about what the plot line is. Just the fact that you're doing that every day, it's a lot of work.
It's a grind.
Empire is considered a...
That's primetime. That's not what we're talking about.
No, that's different.
We're not talking about primetime soap operas. We're not talking about the broad version. I think we've made that clear.
Well, I'm going to call a TV
daytime soap operas are
daytime soaps. Yes. Another World. I really liked Another World at one point.
That was my grandma and my mom's story. That
happened right before General Hospital, if I recall.
Yeah,
it was right like the ABC, like that was like that. Yeah, it was there.
Days of Our Lives, Another World, and General Hospital. And they would watch Days of Our Lives. They didn't like it as much. Another World was their jam. And then they didn't really like General Hospital that much.
All My Children was what we watched in my house. But Days of Our Lives was like the cool, like popular kid show to watch. I don't even know why. It just was. I think it probably had to do with the fact that it just sort of like came on when you finished school in a way that's what we all watched.
Wait, you watched soap operas when you came home from school?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and Days came on at 3. So if you rushed after school, you could just watch it.
Oh,
you wouldn't have to record it on your VCR.
Days came on at like noon for us.
Oh yeah, it was 3. 3 p.m.
When I got home, it was G.I. Joe, Transformers.
Yeah. When we got home, it was all kid stuff.
Don't have that anymore.
Man, Ed
Sheeran.
Power.
That cartoon better be good. That's all I know.
Man.
My mom she loves to tell the story that she was watching All My Children for a long time, and again, she never really watched it during the day because she worked, but she would record it and watch it later. And, as the years went on and I kind of lost interest and was doing my stuff, she was always sort of like, I don't really want to watch my stories anymore, but I do, it's like, I just want to like have a great reason not to do this anymore. You know what happens? The O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh.
Because then everything like 24/7 on CNN was just like, it was like, it was a soap opera, and it was real time stuff that she was like, I don't even want to watch All My Children anymore. That's the stupidest thing ever. And she never looked back. Court case. And yeah. And I remember my mom kind of telling me, you know what? I'm not going to go back to All My Children. That we're done.